Welcome back to another episode of Carson's Kanye Crusade. Now, in this episode, we're going to be doing Kanye's follow-up album, Late Registration. Some notable facts about this holster. This album's going to turn 20 years old, I think in August. Again, like this title suggests, this album's going to be focused on going back to school. What do you expect to hear going into this album, holster, after listening to College Dropout?
I know it's been a minute.
I want to be honest, my memory is a little hazy.
That's all right, though.
But I'd say probably something kind of similar.
Yeah, this is the
I
second.
feel like you have told me that.
I'm pretty sure mostly just referred to as a college trilogy, since, it's like drop out, go back, and then you finish school.
Then you graduate.
And then you get a good-ass job. There is a lot more skits, I will say, holster, on this album. Yeah. I don't remember, you weren't a fan of the skits last time, right?
Not really.
Yeah,
I definitely feel like they were one of the weaker parts of the first album.
Okay, well, there's just some skits.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's one skit later that has become famous. Sort of like a little Jimmy sketch. Well, I'll just wait to see. Yeah,
we'll get there when we get there. We'll go ahead and hit play on "Wake Up, Mr. West." This is also same deal as last time, also segueing into the first track, first actual song. So I'll probably just let it play.
Wake up, Mr. West!
Okay, I was muted, but that was the first track, Ulcer. Thoughts?
That was good.
I also enjoy.
I like that.
I have not listened to late registration a hot minute. Kind of a fresh experience for me. Well, I like the instrumental as a whole on that one. It's very nostalgic.
I do really like this opening track. I will say, and probably like all the Kanye songs that I have listened to, that is probably like my favorite opener to any of his albums in general. I just really like the lyrics. I think it's probably also one of his best written songs, surprisingly. I really like Adam Levine's hook. And yeah, I also heard, and I'll have to fact check this, but apparently, according to Common, he claimed that Kanye wrote that song in like less than 2 hours, apparently.
I don't know.
Like when they were in the studio. I'll have to fact check that, but I really like that opening track.
A 4-minute track, too. Impressive if you wrote that in under 2 hours.
Well, I mean, it's like...
I mean, I know some of it's repeated, but
ending.
Still. This one's pretty impressive. I'm sure, also, you've probably heard at least...
You've definitely heard this.
I don't know. Holster may have heard this. I'm not going to say he's definitely
heard it. There'll be another one later that he'll...
Yeah, I'm not going to be surprised if he's heard this one.
We can't afford no gas, so we ain't driving.
I've never heard that before.
Really?
Wait, you haven't or have? I didn't hear you.
I have not.
See, I know I wasn't really surprised. What did you think though? First time hearing it?
I like the previous one quite a bit better.
What's the reasoning for that?
Touch the Sky just felt more repetitive, I guess.
That's fair.
There's a right amount of repetition, and it felt like that was a bit too much.
I like Touch the Sky, the like hi-hat pattern. I don't know if that came through, but
I like the horn sample.
Any fun factoids about that one, Bryce?
Not that I could think of, but I just really enjoyed that track. I like Lupe's verse. I just really liked it. It was fun, upbeat, motivational. We love that.
Like upbeats.
And we like that here. And we like that.
Might I speak for a moment? Are you familiar with the song Leaving on a Jet Plane? By John Denver.
Sure, I've heard it, but
I'm pretty sure Sky what was that called? Touch the Sky?
Touch the Sky.
Had a reference to that.
What was the song? He might have sampled it.
Yeah, he sampled it.
Leaving on a Jet Plane by John Denver.
What do you think he was referencing? Or like
just like
there was a lyric.
What lyric was
it? It was leaving on I think he said aeroplane.
Yeah.
Like just the way the music was at that particular point, it kind of switched from what they were doing to sound a little more like that song. So I think it was intentional.
I don't know if I've ever heard that song, but that's a fun little factoid.
Yeah, I'm looking at Wikipedia, and apparently he does have a snippet of that.
Oh, there you go.
Actual track.
Yeah, like that was intentional thing.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Interpolations.
Good on you for pointing that out, Holster.
This next one, Holster, you probably have heard before. I'm almost certain, at least. You've had to at least heard it somewhere.
You underestimate my ignorance.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say if he hasn't heard "Touch the Sky," he hasn't heard. I'm gonna do a really hot take.
I think you hugely underestimate my ignorance.
I'm gonna say Holster has not heard this. If you don't have anything else to add, I'll go ahead and play a Gold Digger.
She take my money.
That song in the first album.
No, it was not.
There's some part of that song in the first album.
No.
Well, I guess I have heard it before. I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah,
look who was right.
All right, fair enough.
It was alright. I still like the first one better.
Digger
Nothing
is
against it.
it is a classic, but I
It would be very unfortunate if the album peaked at the beginning for Holscher. And this was just downhill.
that would kind of suck.
I will say, so that's sampled I Got a Woman, James Charles. Wait. James Charles.
James Charles, that's not right. Hold on, what are you talking about there, bud? That's not right.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, that's both wrong on many reasons. Ray Charles, my fault. Please kill me now. But the funny part is, that's not like a direct sample of Ray Charles. That's Jamie Foxx doing that. Also, I believe it was in 2005 or 2004. Jamie Foxx did play Ray Charles in the biopic about him. So that's cool, and he does a really good like Ray Charles impression. Like you go listen to the original, I Got a Woman, and compared to this, it's like it's pretty dang accurate. So I mean that's a cool factoid. But I really enjoy it. You know, it is a classic.
It is a
Can't trust
classic.
no women.
I did not know that little factoid, but I doubt Holster did, but that's okay.
Fair.
All
I
right.
do not.
If we have no further thoughts, another skit. So I'll just let it play into the next song. We'll do a 2-for-1 again.
We broke, five broke.
Well, there was Drive Slow. What'd you think of that one, Holster?
It was pretty good. Not as good as the first one, but pretty good.
Are we just gonna forever compare the first track with everything else?
Yes, we
Also-
are. I've not disliked any of them, and I've definitely liked this one. It's just,
Really like
I think the first one's the best of the bunch so far.
Fair. I respect the hell out of that. I like the very jazzy feel. Very like old-timey noir detective. I also like how it legitimately literally slows down at the end.
I like that one. You know, it's very laid back. You know, especially compared to like all the other ones that are like very upbeat. You know, it's a nice little breather.
Oh, any fun factoids to share about that one, Bryce?
Not that I know of.
This one, or is it just a short song?
It might just be a short song.
I will pause after this one. I don't have anything else to say about Drive Slow. My way home.
Eating all of our cereal with forks because we want to save the milk. Do you remember that?
That was good.
To be honest, I have no recollection of that one whatsoever.
I like that.
Yeah, I liked it too. I have no recollection of that one at all. I don't know why. I don't know. I also liked it. Kind of the same laid back feel, which I appreciate. I like the more laid back song.
Instrumental was solid. Lyrics were good. Might be my favorite so far.
Really, it topped the first one.
So
We finally have a winner.
heard him say has been dethroned.
I like the flow of the vocals too. Da, 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 da. I like that. I'm surprised that one dethroned it, considering I don't even remember it. But yeah, fair enough.
I do kind of forget about that one. You know,
That's what I'm saying. I have
But
no
it was chill.
recollection of that.
I liked it. I thought it was chill. I liked it.
We have nothing else to say. I'll go forward with crack music.
Peter, what are you doing? Crack?
Well, there's crack music. What'd you think of that, Holster?
I give it a bad out of good.
A bat. You didn't like that one?
Not really.
Elaborate. Why didn't you like that one?
Kind of repetitive. Lyrically, it just wasn't quite hitting for me, and also instrumentally, I don't feel like it was that great.
I mean, I don't mind it. It's not my favorite, but I don't mind it.
Just bad out of good. It's
Bad.
very, very interesting.
Bryce, you got any thoughts?
Not really. I think that song's fine. You know, it is whatever. Although, you know, the lyrics of like talking about the drug problem that is in America is always, you know, novelty here, especially with hip hop, you know, talking about like, oh, I love doing drugs. But no one talks about the issue with the drugs. You know, they put in the crack pipe and then they smoke it. And what happens next, Holster?
At that point, you figure out that the drug is a ghost.
And then you get superpowers.
Next one up, then, if we're all good on that, is Roses.
Hey, what's in my him?
That was an interesting one.
Interesting.
Musically, I feel like it was a little rough, but I still liked it. There was something about it that I liked.
Can you pinpoint what you liked about it?
No, I don't really think I can.
Like the not necessarily darker, but kind of more somber tone. It's a nice contrast from the upbeat ones kind of gotten thus far. But I like that one. I kind of a lot of late registration. I kind of forget about. Don't listen to the album much at all. When I do, there's always a few pretty nice to revisit. That's one of them. I'm very curious what you liked about that, but you just can't pinpoint.
I understand conceptually what it is. I'm just not sufficiently articulate to make words that describe it. I'd like to have words, but I don't have words.
Like the message or like the I don't know.
Instrumentals.
Yeah, I guess message is probably the best word.
All right, well that's something. Bryce, any additional thoughts?
Not really. I think that one's fine. You know, it is a lot more somber compared to the rest of the ones. But I think it's a fine track.
Better way to word his liking of that song. We'll go ahead and move. Bring Me Down. Your whole sure. What do you think?
I really like that sort of bitter tone that it had. It really works. It works for that song.
Fair enough. I don't remember a lot of these. I mean, there are some good songs, but if I'm being honest, it's got a lot of for me. Not that one was I do prefer that one. Got a crazy ass piano. I'm all for always. Paris, anything you'd like to add?
No. I love the dog. If I was you, I'd kill myself.
Yeah,
that's a funny line. Or saying how long your girl been gay. That one's pretty funny as well.
Kanye's writing was something else.
We need some of his new writing.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm guessing Holscher hasn't been keeping up with anything.
No, we told them we're going to talk about all
I've
that.
been
I know.
actively avoiding that.
We're gonna talk about all that with the next album because it's very fitting.
Fuck. Well, we'll talk about it with one song, but fuck, that's gonna be a headache to get through all that.
That's gonna have to be its own little its own little section there.
I think that'll be a bonus episode if we ever get to it. Just
yeah, well, that's gonna be I still think it would be funny if we do that, cover all that after graduation. Anyway, if we don't have any more thoughts on that, play on Addiction.
We broke.
That was Addiction.
I've never heard anything like that before.
How do you mean?
I've just never heard anything that's quite like that in pretty much any way.
Is that a good, bad?
I think it's good.
I think it's good.
you
All right.
think it's good.
It's very I don't know. It makes me think of like a Hawaiian beach or something, like Congo drums. That's kind of what it reminds me of.
It's very tropical.
But yeah, that's the word. That's the word, tropical. Yeah, that's a good word. I also think that's good. I don't really have much else to say about that. It's a little long for my taste. Any further thoughts from anybody?
Ain't got nothing.
No, I feel like we don't have as much to say about this compared to the first album, but it is sort of it is very similar to the first album in terms of like sound.
This one's
which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just that we don't have that much to talk about.
That's I mean, that's kind of why I don't. Go on, Bryce. Sorry.
I will say, Holscher, like as we go on with like the next one, like each album will feel very distinctly different from the last. Like
it will. Like, yeah.
Musical ideas, but like for most of the tone of the albums, they're gonna get very different.
Yeah,
sound wise.
It'll
be a lot more to talk about.
That's why I don't revisit this album a lot because it's very to me overall. It's got some good songs, and however, overall, I just think it's similar to the first one. But yeah, that's just kind of how we're rolling with it. But if we don't have any further thoughts, I'll move on to the next track. Which
we broke.
Oh, okay, it's another skit. So I'll let this one ride, and we'll play it right into the next track, and we gotta remember to ask him his thoughts on the skits. Like we keep forgetting. What do you think of the skits so far, Holster? Out of the,
they're neither bad nor good.
They're kind of the same jive as the first one.
Yeah, they're just there.
All right. Well, let this play in the next song as well. Thoughts?
I think that was a very good instrumental. I like that instrumental.
I agree. It's very epic. I like all the brass stuff. It kind of beats the being too similar to the first album allegations a little bit. Yeah, I prefer that over a lot of these. So not a whole lot to say about it though.
I really like that one.
I do too.
You know, I like the message of like where like all these rappers talk about, oh, where you get your chain and your diamonds from. It's actually like a fucking horrible industry that profits off just like the cruelty of other humans, you know? Comes to like blood diamonds. He even said, you know, where Sierra Leone gets their diamonds from. Very interesting. You don't really hear about that in mainstream hip hop.
May I inquire
What's up?
a slightly unrelated question for Mr. Higgins?
Yes, go ahead.
Why do I keep hearing people say, beating the insert thing here allegations? Where did that start? Why are people saying it?
I don't know why it started or where it started, but it just means like when something's like a lot of people like a lot of people say that this one is very similar to the first album. That's said accusation. And usually when something comes up about that, they're beating said allegation. I don't know where it started. I don't know who started it. I don't even know where I heard it. I just one of those phrases. But it's basically just it's beating the common complaint. That's basically what that means.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, if we don't have anything else, we major 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So already
Hell yeah.
go with
Wait.
we major.
Can I shit again?
Okay. Honestly, that didn't feel like 7 minutes. Think culture.
I concur. It felt much longer than 7 minutes.
I thought it felt shorter, honestly. Not that I still liked it.
7 minutes.
I did not enjoy that song.
Really?
It's long though. It is long. I enjoy the latter half of that song when it ends the first time. That's the like second half of that song. And I talk my shit. I enjoy everything past that. Everything. I think it should.
I wish one of the good ones was long and this one was short.
Fair enough. Bryce, you not agree with
That song is epic. I just love its grand scale. You know, he even said the name of the album.
Did.
That's how you know it's peak. He said the name of the album. That's
Wow.
I know.
That's one of the worst wows I've done in a long time.
Can I talk
Of course.
shit again?
Recording.
Everything past Can I Talk My Shit Again, I think is great. But everything past Can I Talk My Shit Again, I do enjoy. Now,
I can get behind that opinion.
get behind my opinion. All right. We agree on something. Now we've got another skit. Ulcer's favorites. We'll see if this one changes. It's again, I'm just going to play right into the next one. All right. That was Hey Mama. I think that one holds.
It's okay, but it's okay in a way that I feel like it could grow on me in the future.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Again, I really don't have much to say about that one. I like the vibe of it. I like the sort of jam it is, but I have much else to say. If you can't tell, Kanye's mom is a very important figure in his life. Surely this will have no
Repercussions.
This will have no repercussions later.
Plot relevance later.
Yeah, surely this won't come back later. Probably his most prominent figure in his life. Bryce, you got anything you want to say about Hey Mama?
I think it's probably my favorite track off this album.
Really?
I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah.
That really I did not know that. That surprises me.
Yeah.
Huh.
Now listen, this is one of the few Kanye songs that actually made me cry just listening to it.
Really? I didn't know that either.
I'm gonna keep it true honest.
Huh.
I'm gonna keep it true and honest. Sometimes it just hits you.
Fair enough. I'm not knocking you. That's fair enough.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
I did not know that. That's crazy. Fair enough. I'm not knocking that. I don't have anything else to say about that one. I don't think there's any topping that fact. We'll move on with a celebration. Philip opens Helldivers. Thoughts, Mr.
I wanted to like it, but it's not there.
Once again, that is valid. I like the sort of like small little taste, kind of what's in store for you. You know what? Actually, after you said that, I think you will like the next album because it's kind of just a lot of that, that sort of
But
vibe.
then I may
better.
not like the next album.
Well, in the sense of like, I'm not wording it very well. I probably shouldn't say it, actually. I don't know. Anyway, though, I see what I see what you're saying.
I want to like that song, but I just don't.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Another one. This is Bryce, any other fun factoids about that one?
Not really, no. I think it's fine. Instrumental's interesting, but something that really don't revisit that often. However,
this
this
next one,
skit number 4. Now this is where it's at.
yeah, y'all like this skit. Promise you that.
Yeah,
So much so, I'm gonna pause it after this skit. We're not gonna segue into.
we're gonna have a discussion about this
We're gonna have a
one.
discussion about this skit. I'll go ahead and play skit number 4.
There is a imposter among us.
Well, Holster.
Did this change your mind on the skits, Holster?
Kanye West was ejected.
He said the
He said
thing.
he is from the future. Among Us.
Would you say that's the best skit?
Yes.
I'll just okay. All right.
That beats out a little Jimmy skit for you.
The other one was good, only because of the unintended funnies.
But no, that's
I think that's the last skit too.
I don't think so. Not to my knowledge, but great one to go off
Good
on.
way to end it off.
Yeah,
I know.
I believe that is the last skit. But now we are approaching the last song. Listen to the peak song. Let's get the rest out of the way. Here is Gone.
Sucks.
Pretty solid.
Solid. All right. I agree. It's one of the better tracks is how I would phrase it. I don't really have anything else to add.
Did you like him spoiling Revenge of the Sith?
Of course.
Ulcer appreciates anything the Sith. You should know that.
Can't believe Kanye would do that. I will also say, hearing the last line, "Sorry, but Mr. West is gone."
Yeah,
In
that's
recent
it's a
events,
little.
that's a little haunting.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that later, Holscher, as to why we think that.
This line will have no repercussions.
No, this line will not be brought up again.
This line will never be brought up again. No repercussions. Mr. West is gone ever.
Noted.
Ever.
I actually don't know what the difference. One at the
I'm pretty sure the remix
other
is
one?
Jay-Z verse.
is that the only difference?
I think so. I mean, I'm fine to listen to this again.
You want to listen to this again, Holscher? I think this was one I liked. If it's any different, I actually don't. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever listened to this.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Well, here is same song but minus a feature. Any differing thoughts from? I think it was.
No, not really.
I think it was this. I've never, like I said. But yeah.
Which one do you like better, the remix or the original?
They were
More.
different.
Yeah, I'm also indifferent.
I like the original version more, I think.
I
In
mean,
my
yeah,
opinion.
gun
Could
to
not
my
tell the
head.
difference.
Gun to my head. If I had to pick, I'd say the original. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about that really. So we will go ahead and commence final track of late registration. Late.
Oh no. What was that? No. No, don't play that.
Oh, I've been muted, but yeah, that's a really ironic
No.
one to have there.
No. No. Don't play that. Don't play that.
That's really funny. That's the one. Holzer, what did you think of the last track of late?
Not too bad.
Thoughts on the album as a whole?
I think the first part of the album did what the first album did, but better. And the second part of the album did what the first album did, but worse.
So it was
I
better
think
in
if
some
you-
aspects. I'm sorry. It was better in some aspects and worse in some other aspects.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. I can agree with that.
If I had to put a number on it.
Oh boy. Like Bryce said though, from here on out the album starts to have more of a personality. The next album is my favorite. Probably a lot of people's favorite.
Okay. So
The first half
So
was a
does-
solid 9. Second half was like a 5. You put them together, 7.
Okay.
So would you
That's fair.
that put College Dropout at a 9 then, since it's not an 8? Trying to math here.
Maybe it is an 8.
Okay.
Maybe
Oh,
College Dropout
we-
is an 8.
We finally got an
Hey,
answer.
Yeah, we'll have to like total all these at the very end.
Yeah, we'll put for now. We'll say 8 for College Dropout and 7 for Late Registration. Now again, next one is my favorite of the albums, so I'm very curious what you'll think of that song. That we'll have to. I don't know where we'll throw this one in at.
They
But
don't. Maybe at 808s and Heartbreaks.
yeah, I mean it goes with that one. Kind of. All right, this isn't. That's an unreleased song, by the way.
That is an infamous song.
This is an infamous unreleased song that has like a whole thing to it. But
very
very sad
concerning
story.
very concerning backstory as to when this leaked.
You could probably guess what it might be about based on the title there, but we'll cross that bridge one day
If we do.
if we do. But yeah, that's not the next album. The next album's a good album, very happy album, and my favorite album. So any closing thoughts on Late Registration?
Could be better, could be worse.
Could be worse. I agree.
There was an imposter among us.
There was an imposter. If I was you, I'd kill myself. Right? I guess
Now we're
that's,
working on that part.
I guess that's a wrap. Back next time for graduation.
Yippee!